Hello and welcome to another episode on the channel. My name is deancothill and really wonderful to be able to host you around conversations around church, social media, marketing and the digital world. We are very well aware of the fact that Jesus found himself in a very particular context, speaking to a very particular group of people. Jesus did his research. He knew who he was talking to. He was quite aware of who his audience was. When Jesus taught, when he preached, and when he used parables or told stories, the community were really well aware of the type of stories that he was telling because Jesus spoke to a particular group of people. So we see that in Jesus' illustrations, he uses language around farming, around fishing. These are all types of languages and illustrations and concepts that his first century audience would have been very well acquainted with. So what does that mean for us today when it comes to social media, when it comes to digital media marketing, when it comes to telling a story to a particular audience, to your audience, to the audience who finds themselves in your church, in your local community, and online? There are a couple of ways that we can do a little bit of research to find out what's going on in and around our community and in our audience, and also do a deeper dive into what's going on the internet around particular niche markets, for the lack of a better word, and to find out what type of questions people are asking when it comes to church, when it comes to Jesus, when it comes to community, when it comes to family and raising kids. We can do a deep dive into finding out what some of those little bits of information are. The first little website that I'd love to show you is called Answer the Public. And what you can do is you can type in any two words, and that's going to give you the best results in a particular country, and it's going to throw out results for you around those key words. What I've done is I've typed in local church, and you can see that there are very specific ideas that are connected to the local church and questions that people are asking around local church. I've done the same thing in terms of digital church, and here you can see once again some questions that people are asking around digital church. Now let's say, for example, I push this one here, digital church ministry. You'll see that it'll then take me to Google, and what Google will do is throw out the top hits around that particular idea or those particular concepts. What you can then do as a content strategy, as a content generation strategy, is go to this little topic here, and it says people also ask. So Google has really filed some of the key phrases and the key questions that people are asking around this particular topic already. And if you begin to push down on the down arrows, you will see that Google begins to give you more and more questions that people are asking. And before you know it, as you keep going down, you'll see that there are more and more questions around this particular idea that you have plugged into our original search term around Answer the Public. And what Google is doing is giving you all the information that you may need around questions that people are already asking. We can take this a step further in terms of our preaching strategies, our communication strategies. Maybe we want to start at who is Jesus, and Answer the Public will throw out all of the keywords and all of the other questions that people are asking. Do a deep dive into Google, and you'll begin to see all of the other questions that people are also asking. I hope that this video has been helpful to you around identifying some key questions that your audience may be asking during this time. We've taken a little bit of some hints and some guidance from Jesus, who was very clued up on who his audience was and some of the illustrations that he could use for his audience. We can dive into Google and some other websites to help us with some of these key ideas. So I hope you found that helpful. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button if you would like to come along for the ride. See you tomorrow.